Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So today I'm going to show you my version of peas and tanya cooked in one. It's going to be curried. So it's going to be curry, peas and tanya in one. And here I have my peas. I have my tanya already peeled and cut up. I will leave a little video on how it looks before. I have my oil, my salt. I have my curry powder, saffron or tumeric powder, and geera powder. I have my pimento peppers. I have my garlic, and I have some green seasoning, some tannia and garlic and pimentos minced. I have my hot peppers. I'm using from a scorpion pepper today, so I'll have to use a little piece. And I have my onions finely sliced. So let's get putting this together. Let's head on over to the stove. So in my hot pot here that I have been heating while I was doing the prep for this curry peas and tanya, I'll be adding my oil. So the pot is already heated, ready to go. And I will add my onions. And once it slightly turns to that, starting to turn to that slightly golden brown color, we will add the pimento peppers, hot peppers, and garlic. Next, I will add my garlic. And all of my pimento peppers. Pimento peppers is a flavored pepper that flavors your dishes. It's not a spicy or hot pepper. Piece of my scorpion pepper will go in, and I will taste along as I go, and if I need to put that extra little piece I will, but I'm starting up with that small piece, a very small piece first. See, because that is a hot and spicy pepper. So now that everything has fried up nicely, add water to your curry powder and geera powder and saffron powder. Give it a mix just to dissolve it out. And in goes that. We're going to let this curry liquid start to cook, and it will get a little thicker on you, and that's when we'll add our peas. We're starting off with our peas first. Let it get a head start to cook with that first set of water, and then we'll add that Tanya. So let this come to a little thick paste consistency. Make sure your peas is already washed and ready to go in. And you see the difference. It is ready now. It's a more pasty consistency now. I will add my salt. As I always say, flavor your base of any dishes first, so that your whole dish will taste good from the start. In goes my washed pigeon peas. I have my water that's heated in the kettle all ready to go in here. Just coat all that peas pod in that curry. Now if you want, you can do this. There's a second version of this. You can pre-boil your peas before, and when your curry mixture is ready, you can start with your Tanya first and let that cook a little bit, and then add your pre-boiled peas to it. But to me, this is the easiest version. It's all doing in one pot, rather than you have to boil that peas in a separate pot and cook the Tanya, in a separate pot. So I'm giving this peas a head start here first, and then I will add that Tanya. So I'm going to cover this and let it start to cook for a little bit, and I'll show you. This is what the Tanya looks like. So we're checking it now. And you hear that sizzle. It's all fried up nicely with that curry. We'll add water now. I'll add about 2 cups of water. And I'm going to let this peas boil to get that head start to soften up a little bit. And when this water dries out, then I will add the Tanya and the rest of the water from the kettle. So let this continue to cook. Cover it back, let it cook on medium, and I'll show you when it's dried out. So I'm going in to check it. And you see how that liquid is dried up. That is what we're looking for. And we know our peas got that head start into cooking. We're going to drain out our liquid or our water which our Tanya was soaking in, and we have to keep it soaking after it's cut up. And we'll add it in now to the pot. When you peel it and you cut it up, let it soak in some water. You don't want it to turn to a color, a brownish color. You want to keep it on the white side. And I'm going to give this a mix. And we're going to let it coat with that curry, all that flavor from that pimento peppers and garlic. So we're going to just cover it back. If you notice, I did not let all that water dry out completely dry. I just want to let that Tanya cook a little bit as well too, to coat with that curry. Once it's fried up a little bit, less than a minute time, I will add more liquid to it. Going in to check it again. And now that it has dried up properly and fried up really nicely with that curry and all that flavor, I will add the rest of my liquid. So we want this Tanya and this piece to cook together now. So that's about a little over 3 cups of water. My kettle holds 4 cups, so it's not quite all. So I'm going to continue to let it cook. Let the two or all of that ingredients get to know each other in there. And now I'm going to cover it and just leave it to cook on medium. As you can see, it's boiling away, it's cooking, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I always say it's called food magic. So always hold your top of your pots with your pot holders or something. But I have my rubber on the top, so it's on the safe side. So I'm just going to give you a quick peek. Everything is getting to know each other inside here. And you see how easy it is to put together in one pot, rather than you have to do it in 2 separate pots where you have to pre-boil that piece before in another pot, and then chunky, as we say here, the Tanya, and then add that pre-boiled piece to it. It's less ways this way, my version, all in one pot. Just give your peas a head start of cooking at the beginning. Let that first set of liquid dry out, and not completely dry out. Then add your Tanya pieces and let that cook for a little bit again, and then continue adding your liquid. And this is where we've reached. So I'm going to cover it again, let it continue on medium. We have to let this cook until the peas is cracked, soft and cracked, and the Tanya will be soft too. It won't melt out or dissolve out. It will remain on the whole side, but it will be soft and cooked. And we want this gravy to be a nice, not a thick gravy and not a too thin or watery gravy. It has to be an in-between gravy, but with lots of sauce, because this can be eaten with rotis, different rotis or rice, or some people just eat it with a spoon just so, but I love it with roti, sada roti. This is like a long time dish for me. Peas and Tanya, curry peas and Tanya. It's similar to curry peas and aloo or potato, and it's similar to curry peas and eddos. So, but the Tanya has a more unique taste to it. You have that craving for that taste. So it's different. It's completely different from the curry peas and aloo and curry peas and Tanya. Each dish has its own unique flavors, and I just love the curry peas and Tanya. So I'll show you when it's almost finished again. So we're going to check the curry peas and Tanya. Whenever you're cooking it and it's almost finished, when you check it, this is how you're going to check it. I'm going to show you how to check your Tanya pieces. You're going to take a few pieces, you're going to take a knife, and you're going to stick it through or cut it through. You will know the feel of it when you're sticking it through to see if it's softened. So it's softened, mine is softened. See how it's pressing soft to the back with a knife, and that is what you want. And your peas is also cracked and softened really nicely. Let me give you that closer look to it. So I don't know if you see the peas, how it's cracked. That is what we're looking for, because we want all that little starches from inside those pods to let out into the juices. See how the peas is cracked? That is what you want. And you will know your peas and your Tanya is all cooked nicely together, softened, really good. And like your big pieces, all you have to do, if you want it on the smaller side, just take your spoon and your knife and just cut them into smaller chunks. The reason why I left it or cut it that way from the beginning, so the peas and the Tanya will cook together. And if I had cut it up small like this from the beginning, then the Tanya would have cooked and the peas wouldn't have cooked together. So you have to know how to cut up your stuff when you're cooking, so it will cook together with whatever you choose to cook it with. And it has enough gravy for my rotis, and that's it. It's all done. Really, really nice and delicious. Long time kind of food. So I'm going to turn off my stove because this has sufficient gravy for me, for my rotis. Now if you want to add a little sprinkle of jeera powder to the end, feel free and do so. It is optional. It is a delicious meal. And that's it, guys. Simple, simple, simple. I'm surely going to enjoy this today. Try it, make it, try it. You will like it, or you will love it, I should say. And that's it, guys. So I'm turning my stove off, and that's it. Let me give you a closer look to it. Really nice curry peas and Tanya. See how the peas is cracked? Now this is optional, this is just an extra flavor to it. Some green seasoning, it gives it that that extra kick to it, and you're just gonna do it like this to the top, and then you're going to mix it in. It gives it that extra Trini taste to it, or Caribbean taste I should say, with that bandania, shadow benny, and garlic and hot peppers and pimento peppers. You know I love using my green seasoning and everything here. That is just going to raise the flavor of it. It is optional, it's up to you. I'm just showing you what I do at the end. And that's it, guys. Now I will use a different spoon just to show you those little specks of that green seasoning, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's it, guys. Time to enjoy this delicious meal.